Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol FCEL. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame, and does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Done this analysis many times in the past, so that is where this green line here is coming from, and that actually is going to play a pretty important role, and because there's no such thing as a guarantee, but things are looking pretty sketchy right now. And the reason for that is we have a relatively bearish pattern taking place here, where we have this portion of the pattern right here. Let me change that to red for resistance. And that line just representing, sure, a level of resistance, but kind of the story behind it is that the price just keeps getting lower and lower. So it's not a matter of, the price bouncing. The price has bounced many times. There is a bounce. Then the price made an upwards move this morning. But the problem is with each of these bounces, those highs just keep getting lower and lower. And hence that is, what's given the ability here to draw that downtrending trend line there. So there's very clearly some slow, methodical downwards pressure being applied to the stock. And you can see that, no more clearly than that trend line right there. And then the other part to keep in mind, and which finishes off the pattern here. And this is, you got to give credit where credit's due. This level down here at 31 cents has certainly been a very impressive level of support. I mean, you go through the history of things, and you can see 31 cents has held up multiple times, including today. But this is what we would call a descending triangle. And the descending triangle is occurring within a bearish context, which doesn't mean that it's for sure going to break to the downside. There is no such thing as a for sure. There's no such thing as a guarantee in the market. But, if I was pressed into a corner and say, Clay, give me a direction that you think this thing is going to head, it's looking like because of the bearish context and because of the bearish pattern, it would not be shocking at all to see the price break down below 31 cents, which then segues into that whole 30-cent mark, because that is definitely a very, very important level of support. So if 31 cents is broken, then it would not be shocking to see the price drift down to 30 cents. And the reason 30 cents is important is if that level doesn't hold up, then really nothing until all the way down there at 29 cents. So certainly some areas here that, very well could get revisited. But again, you don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves, because as of right now, the price is holding up above 31 cents. But we'll see how it continues to play out. But yeah, bearish descending triangle. And we'll see if the bulls can try to maybe, destroy this with some sort of breakout to the upside or not. But right now, things are looking pretty shaky. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.